Hello, this is Cool Star saying. Today I want to look at a puzzle that involves many complicated variations that might provide even a challenge to more experienced players. Today we're going to be looking at a position that occurred in a game between Hector Leche and Rubio Mejia in the Pamphlet 2007. It was being a highly advantageous position. Black's play careless move, Rook B8 to B7. How serious an error was this? This looks like a highly innocuous move. It wants to trade off the strong Rook that's controlling the 7th file over here. But little does Black know, but this is actually a blunder that gives the initiative and the win to White. And in this position, White should be looking for combinations or tactical ideas to win the game. For if he doesn't, he's probably going to have an unfavorable endgame. As you can see, he has 4 pawns versus Black 6 pawns right here. So he should be looking for ways to, attack the king's side, to think of combinations or tactical ideas to salvage the position to the point where he can get a draw or even win. As you notice, Black's rooks and knight provide no protection to the king's side, and has these beautiful major pieces, especially this rook, which is right to swing along the third rank to give a check to the king if Black's position ever opens up. And you can see that the queen right here and the rook right here are converging on g7, and this could be quite deadly. Could be dangerous for Black. So right now it's actually White to move, and he has an amazing move that wins the game outright. Can you spot this move? Pause the video if you have to. You can look at the position, play the moves over the board. What should White play in this position? Well, I hope you saw the amazing idea, knight to g5 check. Okay, now the variations to consider over here. Either taking the knight with a pawn, or moving the king to away, say square like g6, or moving the king to the back rank. As you notice, moving the king to g8 isn't a really good move, because now this rook can swing down and it's pinning the queen to the king. So White's just gonna pick off the queen and have it win. So probably what most players would do, more experience or players who do want to calculate the variations, would just take this knight. As you can see, this is actually a very deadly mistake. And now White can swing it over to rook g3, giving a check. And the king moving back to g8, this transposes to the previous variation we just saw. So Black has to consider in this position moving the king over to g6. But this is also a mistake, because after the king moves to g6, White can actually swing this queen over to f3. And as you can see, Black really has no defense due to queen h5 check. There's really no place where he can move his king, and White's positions are so well placed that it's just perfect no play for Black in the decision. So actually the best way for Black to continue the game is just to simply take this rook off. And then we have queen to h5 check, and wins the queen simply. King f6, the only possible move for the king, and now the queen takes the queen. And if we analyze this position, White has a rook and a queen for 2 rooks and a knight, but you can see that White's rooks are poorly placed and his knight is also poorly placed. And White has a concrete threat here, that is to check the king and pick off one of these rooks. So say Black were to play a stupid move, and White would just win one of Black's rooks. You can notice that if this rook swings over, White can just take this rook. So obviously this is not a way to continue for Black, so we have to consider where Black does not take the knight. But if he does not take the knight, White still has a strong follow-up that will ensue. So obviously king to g6 without taking the knight. And this is what will follow. White actually has an amazing move in this position. That's just to take knight e6 in this position. And one really has to consider what happens if the queen takes the knight. So let's just look at that for a moment. Queen takes knight on the e6. Well, this is actually also losing for Black, and this is what will follow. Rook g3 check, king h7, or if any other moves like king f6 simply loses to queen f3 mate, and king h5 loses to queen f3 check, king h4, and now we have rook gx g7 opening the way for the g pawn to give the check. So if white were or black were simply to take this rook, then this would be mate.
Checkmate.
So king h7 is the best move for black in this position. And then after king h7, we have rook g7. And black cannot take the rook because it's defended by the other rook. So black really has to move to king h8, the only square for the king. And then we have rook h7 check, king to g8, and queen g3 is gonna mate in a short number of moves. If you want to see how many, you can just put the position on Fritz. So we have to consider in this position, what can black do if he does not take the knight? Well then, say he takes the rook off instead of taking the knight. Then we have rook g3 check, king to f6, or king h7 loses simply to queen x c7, and you can just see that these pieces are converging on g7, this critical square, and it's going to be mate in a short number of moves, or black's going to have to sack considerable material in order to stop the mate. So this does not work. So let's take a quick look at king f6. Well then, this is what we'll follow. This is actually the most tenacious black can play, and it's the most accurate way to play this combination. So this is what will follow. Knight takes rook, and follows knight to d5 check will be devastating. Oops. Let's just take a quick look at Fritz to see how much white is actually winning by in this position. White is winning by some 2.37 pawns, and you can just see that black's position is just totally out in the open, and white's pieces are forming a combination in order to attack the black king. So this is the puzzle for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you got it.